All right, welcome back to Project Lightning. Today we're going to be installing this MGW shifter on a 2015 Mustang GT. So we got all the Dynamatic Stream. They offer a big, or give you a big sheet of this stuff. So I put it all around the bottom and on the either side, on the top of this bracket on the sides, wrap this rod with it. They depict this in their video, and I do it much the same way. You want to use all of it because you know it's going to be a little bit more vibration that's solid mounted to the transmission. So the more you can use and the more you can put it on, the better off you're going to be with noise and vibration. Underneath the car, one of the things I do a little bit differently when I install one of these shifters is I go ahead and drop the exhaust and the drive shaft. I mean, it's for the drive shaft, you're looking at 6 bolts, and you can drop it down and move it over out of the way. All you have to do is mark the drive shaft because it is balanced, and you know, I've heard people say that it doesn't matter which way you put it back in, but I like to put it back in exactly the way it was, just in case. So I'm going to get on with that. I'm going to remove the exhaust. I'm going to drop the drive shaft down, and I'm going to get this cross member out by taking out these 18mm bolts right here on the cross member, and take the whole bracket off the bottom of the transmission. And once I drop that down, it'll be a clear shot to the whole shifter assembly. So now that we got the stuff off the bottom, we'll come into the interior. I've shown this on other videos, so I'm not going to go into great detail. Just kind of pull those side panels off. You're going to have 2 screws right here in the side panel. You're going to take those off. They're on the other side too. Pop open center console and get yourself a good set of trim tools, or if you don't have them, your screwdriver will do. Get right in here in this edge. There's a clip about right here on both sides, right here, some up there, and some up here at the top too. So don't try to take this chrome ring out from around the shifter until you get this whole piece out, because you're going to break something. Once you get the interior trim pieces and all off, this is what you're left with. Stock shifter is just going to be, you know, here flopping around. I've already taken the rear bracket off. So doing it this way of taking off the drive shaft and exhaust and all that stuff, you spend a little bit extra work there, but then you don't have to knock this pin out. You don't have to take your factory shifter apart. You know, all you'd have to do is take off the bolt that connects it to the front, and then the bolt that connects the shaft to the transmission. So it makes it a whole lot easier once you get under the car. We're under the car, and this bolt right here is the one that I'm talking about. That's what connects the top of the shifter arm to the actual transmission. And then, as you can see right here, this pin, you're going to put, I believe it's a 13 or a ½ inch that you put, and unthread that out of there and pull it out, and then this whole shifter assembly here will come out as one whole piece. Okay, so first step, you want to make sure that you get this shifter arm here on first. If you try to put the upper bracket on first before you put the shifter on first, you're not going to be able to put the bolt up here in the top that goes in here. So it's going to be a pain to start. You're going to have to push in on it and try to get that upper bolt to start on there. Jack the transmission back up here. Got it on the jack. Got my drive shaft back up. Got the shifter in place. Got all my bolts tight. You got these bolts on the side of the shifter here that connect to the arm. So I can get back in focus here. And then the one bolt right down here that goes for the actual shift linkage itself. So once you get all those in, get the transmission jack back up, you can put in these 2 bolts right here and right here for the drive shaft center hanger, and then put your drive shaft bolts back in. So here we are, got everything back installed, bolts and drive shafts tight, the exhaust is back in and tightened up on the way back. Now we're about to move top side and finish it up. So I came up top side. They include this pad right here, the heat pad. You're really going to want to do this. The padding that goes in the tunnel, you can see it down here. I don't put it underneath. I feel it's too hot down there. It's a heat shield is what they have it labeled. I cut it and put it around this shifter on the inside. Then I put their heat and sound deadening shield here, and then put the factory one right back on top of it. And I just stack that stuff up thick, because it really does make a difference, and it really helps to reduce the amount of heat coming through the shifter and the noise and vibration coming through the shifter. So don't forget to do that. Now we're going to move on and try to cut the shifter boot and install the little rubber piece they give you for the shifter boot. Went ahead and installed this once I've taken out the ring that goes around the shifter so I can modify the boot. Again, don't forget about these clips here. This one right here is the most important one. If you don't plug this back in, your car's not going to start, and you're going to take all the stuff back apart. This is a premium model, so this one has the my color on the inside. So what we're looking at right here on this premium model is the rings, color rings that are inside your cup holder. So that's what that one's for. This one is the most important one. If you don't plug that back in, your car's not going to start, because the transmitter for your key fob is right here underneath this cup holder. So what you have to do for this reverse lockout, it's going to be through the boot. It's going to look sort of like that, and you're just going to cut right along the line, and just give you an edge for you to cut on. Cut it off, this piece will pop out, then you'll be left with a plastic collar, and then the rubber, little O-ring deal that they give you to go down in there. You just thread it through there, thread it through shifter boot. Then they give you this, and it looks real professional. All the edges are nice and rolled, looks really good. So great job MGW on that one, coming up with a clean way to get this shift boot to work on the car with your shifter. All right, so that was the install. MGW shifter on a 2015 Mustang GT. The way that I do it is a little bit different from the video that MGW puts out. It seems a whole lot easier when you can take the whole factory shifter out as one assembly and have a lot more room to get all the little bolts and stuff that are in that kit, and to get the shifter up in there. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm trying to bring more stuff to you. I'm going to try to start doing maybe a little bit of vlog type stuff on some of my videos. But other than that, it's just going to be still installs on my vehicle and my friend's vehicle. So go ahead and comment if you got any suggestions or any thoughts on the install. Thanks for watching.